Time for rock news on 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station. Let's check in with Lynch and Taco and see which rockers are making the headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. 101.1 WJRR.
All right, rock news brought to you this morning by our Tuesday Ticket Takeover happening on the JRR Instagram right now at 101.1 WJRR.
How'd you like to go to see the JRR show with Limp Bizkit? You could be there. That's tomorrow, by the way. Just go follow us at 101.1 WJRR on Instagram. Several people will be picked today for following us to go to Limp Bizkit.
You'll see a post from Klinger, a zany post from Klinger.
Is he zany on it?
And do as instructed, and you'll be entered to win those tickets. All right, of course, the big rock news of the week broke late Friday afternoon as Aerosmith posted on their Instagram, they're done. Touring, at least.
That sucks. When I saw that email go out, I was like, man.
The vocal cord damage done to Steven Tyler is beyond repair, at least to the point where he would be able to think about, much less go out and perform a full tour. Thus, the already rescheduled and delayed Peace Out Farewell Tour has now been just peace out without any tour. It's done. It's over. And the band members said, hey, we got together as a group and said, look, there's just no point in this. And we, as a group and unit, have decided to
peace out.
That's it. So had you been holding tickets for any of those shows, including the one here in Orlando in February,
we know a lot of you have.
Go ahead and you can return those at this point. Mm-hmm. So that tour is not happening. What else? We talked more in depth about this yesterday, but we should mention again, Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mudd arrested again after yet another run-in with law enforcement.
What was it? They were shooting pepper bullets at him, or pepper?
Well, they had to have literally like a crisis negotiator come in. He was in Burbank in his traffic violation in his Hummer H2 and refused to cooperate with police. There was a warrant out for something else, and it all ended up being more or less a standoff situation with SWAT eventually getting involved in removing him from the vehicle after firing in some non-lethal pepper balls. Wes!
Not something you want coming at you, pepper balls.
No.
Come on, Wes, get it together.
Bryan Adams has started his own record label. It's called Bad Records. And the first release, this is cool, is going to be a vinyl 7-inch single featuring 2 songs that he co-wrote for Kiss before Bryan himself made it big. He worked on the tunes Rock and Roll Hell and War Machine, which are off of Creatures of the Night from 1982. The year before Bryan Adams' breakthrough album with Cuts Like a Knife. Okay, so he's co-writing songs for Kiss. So he's putting out these 2 tunes, his versions of those, on the 7-inch vinyl on his new record label.
That's pretty cool.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo will be going to Austin City Limits this weekend to do a career-spanning hour of classic rock highlights in their Austin City Limits debut, including Heartbreaker, We Belong, and Love is a Battlefield. That show will air coming up on August 10th at 10 o'clock if you want to check that out. Jack White's new album is now officially out. It's called No Name, and we mentioned this a while back. Self-produced record. It came out at Third Man record retailers earlier this month, where it just appeared in a plain white sleeve with nothing on it other than No Name. This is like,
yeah, it's Jack White-ish.
You got to be like really in the loop and into Jack White to want to track this thing down. But now it is fully available in full physical and digital versions. It'll also be available on black vinyl via Third Man Records and Jack White's website if you want to get a hold of that. Jack is getting ready for a small series of festival dates across Europe this month.
But if it's on black album too, or black vinyl too, then that's Jack Black. No, Jack. Listen, Jack White, you got to keep it together, man. Don't make this racist. All right, just chill.
Leave it to you to somehow work that angle in here. I don't know if you ever heard this story. Did you know that Slash almost became a member of Poison rather than Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
Bret Michaels is talking about the time that Slash auditioned for Poison. Bret says, look, he had the same look back then. He was super cool. He had that kind of Rolling Stones type cool that he still has. He said he came into our rehearsal room and he played every song we had, note perfect, and he was very rock and roll. Why didn't he join? Why didn't they bring him on board? Brett Michaels says Slash wanted a 2-guitar attack in Poison, and they weren't looking for that. They just wanted their straight-ahead 4-piece set, and they ended up going with CeCe DeVille instead, and the rest is history, as they say. And Brett's the first one to say, I think everything worked out for the best for everybody involved.
That's
of course,
what I was going to say.
You got the whole Guns N' Roses thing rolling out shortly.
You get two. You get Guns N' Roses, and you get that.
Poison.
Yes, that's good.
There you go. Interesting.
I saw him get passed up on the Geico commercial. Now, remember when Slash came and played on Geico, and they're like, you're good. You're hired.
So all those others, they're just, what are we supposed to do? ZZ Top has a new box set. It's called From the Top 71 to 76. 5 vinyl copies of their first 5 albums. This is from Rhino.com. Rhino's High Fidelity series. So if you like high quality vinyl, limited edition, collectible type stuff, just 2,000 of these available of the vinyl copies of ZZ Top's first 5 albums. So that'll be cool if you want to get on the Rhino site. While those are still there, they won't last very long.
Are you getting your hands on that? I know you're a huge ZZ Top fan.
I am. That's probably going to be pretty pricey, though.
Oh, yeah.
The town of Bethel, New York, this past weekend celebrated the 30th anniversary of Woodstock 94, the disaster that was brought back to light in the recent documentary that aired. And if you haven't seen that,
you have to. It's a must-see, a must-watch.
That is as rock and roll chaos as it gets. So this past weekend, though, obviously none of the original bands from the 94 concert were able to play, but they had some locals that gathered and played a few sets, and there was none of the chaos that ended that festival 30 years ago. Congrats to ex-3 Days Grace singer Adam Gontier, celebrating 7 years of sobriety.
Good.
If you don't know the backstory on him, Oxy got into that and booze, and it just became really bad, and to the point where he was institutionalized while his first child was born. He missed the birth of his first child because he had been institutionalized.
Chances are pretty much about 95 to 100% chance that you know somebody that's been affected by Oxy. That stuff is oof.
So 7 years straight and narrow. Good job.
Good.
And finally, surprise appearance in rock news from conservationist Paul Watson. Yes, the Whale Wars guy from back in the day.
This is Pat's favorite character, everybody.
Founder of Sea Shepherd. I used to watch that Whale Wars, and I was like, these folks are nuts, man.
You go, Bob, did you see Whale Wars? I'm like, no, along with most other people did. And I did watch a few of them. And he goes, oh, man, Paul Watson.
Well, Watson is the founder of Sea Shepherd activist group, and they were the ones featured in this Whale Wars where they would go and, try to prevent whalers, a lot of them Japanese, from doing their thing.
They were hardcore, though. Like they were the first they were the OG. They were the ones with the big water cannon shooting paint at them.
Well, anyway, Paul ended up getting himself arrested when he decided to break into a Japanese vessel in the Antarctic Ocean back in 2010, obstructing the boat's business and causing injury as well as property damage. He has been incarcerated and is awaiting extradition. He is going to be sent to Japan from Greenland. He could end up in jail for the rest of his life because Japan does not take kindly to this. Gojira frontman Joseph Duplantis is going to take part in a peaceful protest on August 12th in front of the Parliament of Copenhagen, Denmark, in hopes of trying to get the release of Paul Watson.
Wow.
Joseph from Gojira now using additional exposure and notoriety from the Olympic performance to try to persuade Denmark from in Greenland to release the activists.
He's not a bad guy. He was just trying to protect whales.
We're sorry a few people got hurt on the whaling vessel.
Yeah, we've all said it. Save the whales, man, or save the bales.
Yeah, what he said. So I don't. August.
I hope he gets out. Because maybe he'll start doing, as long as he lays low, then Pat will be happy and he can, have him showing up in the news every now and then.
Paul Watson. Yeah, when they were the reason I say that's he was mocked by whaling advocates at a port they were in. And that was I just always stuck in my head.
They got slaughter stuff all over the place, and they're just looking at him saying, "What?
What do you think about what we did here, Paul Watson?"
Thanks for keeping rock alive in Central Florida.
This is 101.1 WJRR.